Okay, we are back again, episode 2 of Throwback Thursday. This time we are going to look at years 2016 through 2020. Right here we are. I can't remember the year, but this is the sign out in front of our shop that our sister made for us. This is the way the farm looked when my granddad had it. He used to farm this as two different fields. It's all one big field now. We took these fence rows out, took these trees out, pushed this pond in, and this is all one great big 46-acre field now. You can see the grain bins look like he had an auger set up going in the bin. This is the first corn crop that we shelled with our 6620. It was the second crop I had. The first crop I had, we used my old boss's 9650 to shell it. But here's my dad, myself, Robert, and our buddy Jerry, and we are pushing a 4-row header on a turbo 6620. We did not do that, but one year, there's Robert striking a pose. 5-inch chrome straight pipe. We used to get full meal service to the field, and we do not see that anymore. But got country fried steak, mashed potatoes, gravy, sweet tea, all the good southern foods.
Not just sandwiches.
Not just sandwiches. But we have grown accustomed to eating sandwiches in the field. There's taking a bite of that good country fried steak. Fun fact, that was some really good corn we shelled that year.
This is when we got the 643. You can see here we're stripping it down and repainting it. Ended up putting new stalk rollers on it and replacing some seals. You can see here where we got it repainted and got it ready for corn shelling. And it was a really good corn header. And we just sold it actually. So this is our prize winning corn. It was actually agar gold, but when you got the combine in it, it wasn't that really that impressive.
It was a very showy ear, but it was all cob. There wasn't very much kernel depth to it. A test plot we had one year, we had Augusta brand corn and Stein. They actually had a field day out there, Circle West Farm Supply. That was 2015, and the crop came off really early that year. That's us shelling that test plot. I still got the results for it somewhere. One year I planted some Group 2.6 Great Lakes soybeans. Planted them 1st of May. I used to have some crazy ideas. And that was actually some of the better beans we cut that year. Go.
Right here, it's right after we bought the 4650 and loading it up and taking it home. And this is one of the first jobs we ever done with it was working on this basin, this terrace here.
There's the finished product. That way I just bought that dirt pan too. Probably it ended up being a good dirt pan, but probably should have looked for something a little better, because that old dirt pan was already wore out, and then we ran it for another 10 years before we bought the 8-yard.
We moved a lot of dirt with it though.
When I bought it, the hitch was wore slap dab out of it.
We ended up putting 2 in it.
Yeah, rebuilt the hitch. We pulled it so much, we wore out the hitch I rebuilt and had to put another one in it.
But this is the 4650 sitting on the dealership lot. What it looked like when we went and picked it up.
Bought it in Murray, Kentucky. That's first fertilizing for corn, I think, as some cover crop that we drilled. Of course, planting soybeans on some flat ground. That's oats up there on the hill. Actually ended up having to replant them soybeans. Everything tucked away in the shed for the winter. The equipment in the shed looks a lot different now. We used to plow anhydrous in the spring in front of our corn. Sometimes I still miss it, because when you got that anhydrous plowed, you was done. You didn't have to fool with coming back and side dressing. Davy Crockett parade.
We almost didn't make the parade. We got lined up there, and the A quit on us, and ended up being the spark plugs were bad. So we ended up finding an old set and putting in it, and we was rushing through the parade trying to catch up.
Working on some grassed waterways there. Getting ready to plant corn. We had that 3-point planter, and you had to pull it long ways down the road, and it was a pain hooking and unhooking. So, a man in Tennessee off of Ag Talk, on Ag Talk, he goes by Eddie in Tennessee. He actually gave us that front fold planter frame, and we brought it in, stripped it down, cleaned it up, primed it, painted it. When we first built that planter in 2016, it was a super nice planter. Still a super nice planter. But you know, that green shiny paint's kind of faded a little bit. But we had her stretched out there in the driveway. As you can tell here in the background, that was my... Oh Lord, I forgot about that old trailer we bought from Allen. There's my granddaddy's old Bob truck. We pulled it out one time and tried to get it running. We did get it running, but I don't know. Once you drove a semi truck, it's hard to go back to a 2-ton truck. Used to run without duals on the planter tractor. That's the first field of corn we planted with the newly renovated planter. And then that's us harvesting that same corn. A bumper crop of sweet corn. We used to grow a lot of sweet corn. We didn't even grow any this year. We got too many friends and neighbors that give it away. And we appreciate our friends and neighbors that offer it to us. There's little baby corn dog. He used to be a chunk. So you can tell there he's always wanted to be the driver. He's never content to ride. First time I got a drone. Those are oats in the field across the road. I've about since decided that owning a drone is more trouble than it is worth. You know, I've never really noticed it, but that almost looks man built, you know.
Probably a daggum old Indian mound.
It may be, I don't know, but uh, that is really...
I never noticed that.
You hadn't.
No.
I've noticed it over the years, but maybe some dire historian will uh, watch this video, tell us what it is. There's Walt again as a chunky monkey.
But this is us cutting oats with the 9400. I think Philip Shelby was riding with you in that picture.
Yeah, I forgot. He helped us calibrate the yield monitor, the extension agent with the scale wagon. These are not in chronological order, if you can tell. That is Walton, Baby Walt. That's April 29th, 2016. And now they was hugging and loving each other, not trying to kill each other, not arguing. 4th of July parade. Right here's moving oats out of the grain bin. We rented this grain back here. I really like that conveyor vac that we rented. This was before we built the shed, and the trailer would sit out over the winter and grow algae on it, and then we'd have to wash that algae off of it. And I actually got a truck borrowed here. I don't know why we had a truck borrowed, but
I'm sure the great truck was down.
But there it is back, moving corn out the bin. That might have been the first corn I ever put in the bin right there. Oh my gosh. This was not a fun day at all. Oh, this brings back bad memories. This would have been 2018, I think. We had to completely replace the thrashing cylinder in the 9400. We went to Sykeston, Missouri, and bought that. And that right there is what happened. The thrashing cylinder shaft broke. Right then would have been a good time to change the concave in the combine, but we did not because we was concentrating on getting back in the field. As you can tell, that right there is late at night, and I was down there putting rice bars in the combine. It done got pretty late. We was trying our best to get that combine back in the field. You can tell here the bean straw that we dug out of it. We had just started that morning.
Yeah.
That's the first soybeans I ever cut right there that went over 60 bushels an acre. Them soybeans right there made 68 bushel to the acre.
This is me. Actually, I took this picture. I'm waiting on Dylan. Them are actually seed beans, and I'm waiting on him to get back from Halls so I could unload.
Doing some dirt work.
This was actually taken on Dylan's birthday, which is actually today.
Yep, it is my birthday today. I'm one step older. Walt in front of some of Daddy's calves there. Working some calves for Daddy, helping him. He's about done got it now where he can work them by himself. He's had lots of practice.
This was actually one Sunday afternoon fishing, and all the calves came up to see what we was doing.
Robert putting out hay in the wintertime there, helping Daddy out.
A true cattleman never wants to put out hay unless it snows or it just rained the day before.
We went out to Oklahoma one spring to the timed event championship rodeo. That's Oklahoma City Stockyards.
Yeah.
That's going to be Trenton Regional Stockyards someday. Here's another set of calves I have, a set of Black Angus calves. Look like it had snowed a little bit. There they are all up there, getting them a drink of water. I used to the field that butted up against the pasture there, I would sow cover crop and run poly fence around it and graze that cover crop. I think this is spring of 2017, I believe. Well, we had that ground worked up pretty and looking good. That's corn behind corn, I think.
Where is that?
Pam's. I think. Side dressing some corn with 32% liquid nitrogen. If I could find me a good side dress rig again, I would do it. Right there's the first thing we ever did with the Patriot. Was that a cover crop or if it was that wheat? Because if that was wheat, that is some crappy looking wheat.
Can't remember if we kept it or I think it was a cover crop.
It had to be, and surely goodness I wouldn't have kept that wheat. Grace's birthday party. That's the first double crop beans ever drilled with the 1560 drill. I just bought this. This is July 4th parade, and I had bought that gator on July the 3rd. Little Grace, we put the kids' pedal tractors back in there, and of course it was a hot day. You can see little Walt red faced, and oh, here's a day that never looked back. We officially got into hog business, and we have run a lot of pigs through that. Uh, that was a good set of hogs there. You know,
Got it from our great uncle Bubba.
Joe, raising hogs runs deep into Joe's cooking some ribs and some jalapeno peppers with cream cheese and bacon, jalapeno bombs. Well, I believe that was Memorial Day. Robert done all this, I think, while I was on vacation somewhere, cleaned the shop up.
I had it looking good for a little while.
Well, we still have it looking good, but when you work in a shop, it's hard to keep it clean. Think this was right for, no, this would have been 18 or 19 because we had the mud hog on the combine. That's a really, I think we've had several really good corn crops, 17, 18, 19.
This is actually some custom cutting beans.
Where was that at?
Greg's.
Yeah, but where at?
Across from the red barn.
Right here is building our hog barn. You can see that we poured a concrete slab. We done all the work ourselves, set the post. Man, that barn was so nice when we built it.
Yeah, I know.
It makes me want to cry, see how nice that barn was. And a hog is tough on stuff.
We actually, this is before we added the back pins on it.
Yeah, we added another 12-foot section to the back of it. Yeah, but that's what they call, I've heard them called Cargill style hog barns, and that's what we built. Them hogs sure was happy to get out of the mud.
They was some big old hogs when you got them out of the mud.
Baby pigs, there's nothing I love more than baby pigs.
I believe this is the first litter you ever raised. That was unintentional.
Yeah, we bought this gilt right here, and next thing we know, she was looking piggy, and we separated her out and had pigs. That's riding horses. There's the Duramax that I had. It was a good truck, but it just wasn't that exciting of a truck. Spraying burn down there. We actually had some trouble that day. We had to update the FMs. Oh my gosh. New farm that we picked up, and as you can tell, it used to be pasture, and I come bebopping around through here, and there's a drain right here. And that Patriot, I come bebopping through there, and the rear end went down, and that's where I was at. Baling hay with the 4230. That's a little spot I had rented. That New Holland 315 baler. Went fishing.
Dylan actually dove off in the water to get that fish.
I was not going to lose that fish. That's actually fishing at one of our landlords. There's a pond in the center of that farm, and we went out there fishing.
We did a lot of fishing that year.
That's back when the pond that we built was freshly built, and we was hungry for some fish. Cause you can see we would have probably thrown them fish back now. There's old
Elton John.
yep, corn dog. Uh, Sent out a Snapchat of him and his plaid shorts, tank top, piece sunglasses. Now he kind of looks like a cool dude there. He don't look near as shady. Future so bright he's got to wear shades. That was some sure enough good corn right there that we shelled. I believe that was LG right there. Custom cutting. And with some big old rank Stein soybeans right there. Man, they's rank. That's the year that the grain elevator kept getting full. One day they wouldn't take corn, next they wouldn't take soybeans. Yeah, 'cause right here's actually that soybean field that you just saw us cutting in. And we would just swap back, and we done more swapping that year than I think we ever had. That's the Hopkins farm, the first year we ever had soybeans on it. And I think it was the best soybeans we ever cut off that farm. The old, we used to call that truck push pop. That's that same year. The lines at the elevator was extremely long that year. Had a good crop, and they kept filling up, which it didn't help that they offered free storage to everybody in the flipping world, which was a terrible idea. They was trying to get new customers, and all they done was run off their existing customers because their existing customers could not get unloaded. So we bought that truck, and we would fill our hopper bottom in that truck up. We probably should have kept it. It would have come in handy for like farms, like 4 or 5 acre farms that you got soybeans on or something. Who doesn't love a baby pig? There we are with the baby pigs. Baby pigs is kind of like real kids. They're a whole lot cuter when they're little. Another litter of pigs. That batch there had a little more color to them. Was those out of Otis?
They had to be.
We had a boar. His name was Otis. Big old hamp boar.
You go down there to work and he would sound like Tim the Toolman Taylor grunt and everything.
Ours that I think I had 18 in that. I sold that. I sold that set of pigs as one big group.
They was all different colored up, wasn't they?
Yeah, I like the variety pack. I like some color. There's the service truck when we bought it. Hadn't even put hadn't hung the lower boxes on the toolbox yet.
Still running one of the old black boxes.
This is taking some of the old pine trees down that my granddaddy planted. It's Cleve with his 308, and then I was taking the front end blade and pushing them and piling them to burn them. Here we are going gator riding. This is our 24-foot gooseneck, the Duramax I had. We loaded both the gators up and went for a ride. There's me and Walton talking on our cell phones. What he's got is actually an electric fence checker. But I got that picture printed and hung up in the room somewhere. That's a good picture. I think Mama took it. That's shelling corn over at my granddaddy Walt's farm, and got that good, pretty sunset.
I think Chelsea took them. Our sister took them, I think.
That's on the very back of my granddaddy's farm at Frog Jump. Unloading on the go, Robert driving the combine, and Daddy on the grain cart. Of course, me stuck in the truck. I will forever be stuck into the truck. That's before we did the major cleanup on the blue truck. Walt mad at his tractor.
He was mad that day.
He mad. Shelling corn on Mr. Larry Hill's our big steep rolling hill farm, but that son of a gun will make corn. It's amazing how some farms will make just so much better crop than others. That farm right there will flat make corn. Got old Blue ready, loaded to go to the elevator. We used to plant a lot of Great Lakes until they got bought out by LG, and that's how we came to plant LG. Right there is replanting some double crop wheat beans, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That year we rutted them so bad.
Yeah.
That's some pretty corn. We're mowing some roadways next to the corn. I believe that was 6640 cropland. Cutting some good soybeans there. Moving, that's actually white corn right there. I've grown white corn 2 years in my farming career, and I really like white corn and would probably grow more of it if I had more storage, but I don't have enough storage to make it worthwhile. This is in the heat of the summer, getting the blue truck, getting the air conditioner ready on it. Here we are, this is grazing some cover crop. I've done lots of cleaning up over the years, if y'all can't tell. In an earlier picture, we was taking down them pine trees. That's right here. If you can't tell, I like to smoke meats. That was a big old pork loin. I think this is a set of ribs.
There's some white corn.
Pioneer corn. I don't know how long it's been since we've grown any Pioneer. Probably gonna have a few, not many, but probably have a few Pioneer beans this year. This was planting into some cover crop. This is when the big cover crop craze was going on. Actually made really good corn. We took that scratcher do-all and ran over that. Can't remember if we ran it once or twice, but it done a good job.
Twice, I think.
That's filling some feeders for some calves. We used to grind corn and hay together and fill them feeders up. Pulling some corn out of the bin. I think that's the first time we ever used Daddy's feed mill. We bought that feed mill off of auction time. This was me doing some custom planting, and I went across this crossing with a drill full of soybeans, and you can see how far I made it. But I hope you guys enjoy this Throwback Thursday video. We're going to try to keep it up. Thinking about maybe trying to do a weekly podcast. Let y'all decide the topics we talk about. Just trying to get some wintertime content for you guys. So if you like these Throwback Thursday videos, let us know. Keep us posted. If you want to hear us talk about or discuss something, just let us know. And with that, we're going to wrap it up.